Today, June 5th, 2017, exactly 1 week before we're meant to mark the anniversary of the Orlando nightclub shooting last year, a disgruntled work employee came into the workplace of his former employer and shot and killed 5 people and was then killed himself, 45-year-old man, this morning. Now, we have seen so many different incidents of gun violence between this year and last that I kind of had this thing where anytime I hear about it, it's just roll my eyes and say, get ready to do a video on it. But when I thought about the fact that it was not even 3 days ago, 2 days actually, that we got the shooting at London Bridge, which was also the when the car rammed into the passengers as well, the coordinated attacks that they were, and then thought about the Manchester arena bombing, and then thought about the Paris attacks, then thought about San Bernardino, then thought about the Oregon state stab no the Kansas what is that Ohio state stabbing or attempted hitting of people over there. You get to a point where you just really can't even comprehend, when are we going to get to a point as a society that we recognize this stuff isn't okay. And it's not just, oh, well, I'm upset because someone decided to use a weapon. No, I'm upset because someone who had a past with this company that seemingly was bothered with them, they didn't think, hey, what is he doing back up here? And they'll say, oh, you don't know all the details. I know that he got in there, that he didn't go through a barrage of gunfire from officers who were meant to protect the already employed, and he was able to go in there and systematically kill these people. What else is there for me to know about this? What I'm trying to get people to know and understand is that I am tired of every other day or every day reading about a shooting, and I'm especially sick of reading about the murders of people who happen to work somewhere with another person. Whether it be that, what was it, August 2015, when that news reporter was on TV with the cameraman, and they were both shot to death by the former employee, or when the one guy, about 20 years ago, that story's even more sketchier, but just in my recollections of it, he was with some woman and she turned him down, and then he shot up 5 people at the workplace. These things are becoming too common. We already get shooting incidents, that much is clear, but they always have the same set of motives, and it's as if we cannot in our local areas recognize them. And even if we do, we don't do anything to prevent it. And I'm not talking about going and getting the guns away from the people. I'm not saying that at all. I think what we should do is embrace the fact that we have a bunch of officers and get to where we're on the lookout. We're actively trying to avoid this. And I know you shouldn't have to try and maneuver around a crazy person when you're at work. That much is clear. The problem is, what's not clear is if you're going to survive whatever that person does to you if you do encounter them. And of course, nobody expects to just go to work one day and, oh, look, here's someone who's lost their mind. But it happens. And it sucks. And it's lame. And it's terrible. And I don't see a single thing being done on the part of the governor of Florida, being done by the senators from Florida, with the exception of Senator Rubio, who keeps on sending that old familiar tweet of, my prayers and condolences are with the families of the victims. Every single and I hate to single him out, but that's the one I've followed the most. I go and watch, this Orlando nightclub shooting last year. My prayers are with the victims, of the families of the victims. Back in January, this gunman shoots up a bunch of people at the airport. My prayers are with the victims. When do we get away from just saying things and actually doing things. And it's as if they can't recognize that this isn't a joke. You know, forget a speech. I want action. And, you know, they say, oh, well, why aren't you? Because I'm not an elected official. I don't have the power to sign a law. I don't have the power as a representative to get with a bunch of other people who agree with me and come together with some bill. I'm not. You know, all I can do is voice my opinion. All I can do is give some argument for why something should be done. But unfortunately, because of the way gun lobbyers are, you're not going to get gun control. Even if you got it, it still probably won't stop someone from getting the weapon anyway, because a lot of them will legally obtain these firearms, as this man probably either did or has done to some extent. Obviously, he used it for a purpose that is definitely illegal. The bottom line is there needs to be an evaluation on what we do to prevent these incidents from occurring. And I don't see a single state legislator, the United States Senate, the United States House of Representatives, any branch of government sitting together and trying to figure out what we need to do to prevent all of these shooting incidents. I just named earlier in this video a bunch of them, and those aren't even 2 years apart almost. I feel as if every time one of these happens, I'm just talking to myself. And it's as if I'm wasting my breath and my time in addressing it and showing my genuine frustration with the fact that we have people who are in power that, if they really wanted to, could do something about this, but they choose not to. And then it becomes this game where you as the citizen have to watch your back everywhere you go because you don't know who's crazy and who's not. You just have to hope you're in the right place at the right time. And that's not the way to live. This isn't a third world country. I shouldn't be expecting to hear about the latest string of killings every 24 to 48 hours. And it's so sickening that our politicians won't do anything in the way of trying to increase our security with more officers, so maybe this won't happen anymore, because they are paid out by gun lobbyers and other special interest groups who seek to get some crumpled up, dirty green paper while we pile up in body bags if we're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they're content with it. They think this is okay. This, mark my words, in less than a month, nobody will be talking about this anymore. I will be the only one who still remembers, along with the families of the victims and a couple of other people who share my same disdain for our current state of affairs. But it's so bothersome to me, just that I have to sit here every day and, yeah, you live a decent life, but it's troubling to think that because of the way your country is being run by individuals whose only cling to power is crumpled up, dirty, filthy pieces of paper of a light green shade, and you're supposed to just sit back and let them do it. You don't have the same amount of paper. And just as those victims didn't have the same amount of bullets to fight back with. Is that what we need to do now? Just become a society where everybody has a weapon? Fight fire with fire? I swear, it is becoming the equivalent of Syria with these shootings. And until I hear a statement from the governor of Florida or from anyone else that is within that legislative body about what needs to be done, what we're going to do to prevent these, I advocate for them being removed from office, all of them. Because I'm tired of... that area seems to have had the most. Orlando. And, you know, then this airport one. And this. And you might say, oh, that's just 3. Well, I can't think of any in Alabama or Georgia or Tennessee. I can think of some over here too, and I'll advocate for the removal of this governor as well. I want something done. I'm tired of these politicians sitting up in office, be they, you know, in power or part of the power, such as a congressman or in the state senate, and nothing gets done. It's bothersome to me. Have a good day, stay safe, and watch your back.